We are very happy to have this traditional already conference hosted here in Batumi. The city is a very powerful symbol of Georgia's transformation, of Georgia's change. Georgia has undergone remarkable transformation. We have a number of European Union studies where Georgia has gone. Georgia used to be one of the most criminalized countries in the world. Today, according to three last consecutive surveys commissioned by the European Union, Georgia is, in terms of perception, the safest country in Europe. We were also one of the most corrupt countries in the world, as you know, and no country has done so much progress based on perceptions and reports of Transparency International as Georgia did in the last 5 years. And Georgia, according to the last survey by the European Union, presented by Philip Dimitrov a few days ago, is the least corrupt country in Europe. We have world's fastest company registration, world's fastest customs procedure, world's fastest property transactions, world's fastest issuing of IDs, many things where Georgia has the world's fastest. Our GDP in nominal terms has tripled. And by the way, since we left CIS, in nominal terms, it has doubled. That's a very powerful symbol for countries in this region. And Georgia has gone all the way in terms of poverty. Poverty rate went down from 52% down to under 20%. And as you know, we have important strides in terms of reforming healthcare. 150 new hospitals have been built, and half of the population by the end of this year would be insured, and we are moving to universal health coverage within the next several years' time. So these are all important things. But the other important thing for Georgia is that for us, Europe is not just a matter of pragmatic choice. It's not a matter of change or fluctuating between different poles or different sides or different blocks. For us, and I think as well as our friends in Moldova, the beauty of Europe is that we have no other choice. This is our choice. This is our essence. This is our identity. And we really hope from our perspective that in 2013, for Georgia, it would be an important year, because that year we might get the visa for liberalization with the European Union. We might get DCFTA, Deep and Comprehensive Free Trade Association Agreement, and hopefully at Vilnius Summit we should get to the point where we will get some kind of EU perspective for our countries, provided that everything else goes as planned, and we can get there. At least that's what was yesterday at the EPP meeting here, chaired by President Martins. The final document basically called for EU perspective for Georgia, for Moldova, or for other countries of Eastern Partnership, based on the principle of more for more.
Dear President Saakashvili, to conclude, I would like to add a final word about this important country that is a neighbor of Georgia, whose troops, unfortunately, still occupy a large part of the Georgian territory illegally, in absolute violation of the 12th August 2008 ceasefire agreement, a matter that deserves greater attention from the EU authorities. The European Union and Russia are not promoting and implementing the same value system. The occupation of Georgian territories, or the behavior of Russia vis-à-vis Syria, are only examples of that difference. This is why Europe will not accept that Russia interferes in the domestic politics of the EU neighboring countries trying to confiscate their independence directly through occupation or indirectly through some agents, as this is the case here in Georgia. Europe won't remain silent. The debate organized last week in Strasbourg within the European Parliament clearly showed President Saakashvili that European politicians are not so naive and that there is a quasi-consensus among all the political families to support your policy of reforms.